Sure guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'll be showing you guys how you can make a simple Amapiano beat, but I'll be focusing mostly on how you can tweak your log drums to make them more powerful and more interesting. I'm not saying this is the only way to do it, but for me this is by far the best and most effective way to do it. I hope you're gonna learn from this. This is something you can also apply for other genres, not only Amapiano. So even if you're not an Amapiano producer, please just watch the video. You might learn a thing or two from it. Without wasting much of your time, let's get into it. But I'm gonna start off with the drum kit, the pads, melody, so that you can also get the direction of the song before we get to the bass line. Yeah, let's start off with the drums. And then I used an element that has a lot of reverb to it. If you go to track 11, you'll see that I used a convolver. And then I used a tremolo signal from Purity. That's the tremolo signal, and these are the notes. So altogether, this is how the intro would sound. And then I also used a drone note from GMS, gated chord LS. And then I used what do I call this? The sound that comes and goes, a bouncy sound from Morphine. These are sounds you'll hear on most Amapiano songs. Most Amapiano songs, 80% of the time, they'll have a tremolo signal. They'll have a sound that comes and goes. And plugins to go for Purity, Morphine, and GMS as well. And then at this point, I used an effect just to introduce the melodies, but then the melodies are gonna come in at this point. And then I also brought back that element that has a lot of reverb onto it. So far it's just a simple intro. There isn't much that I've done. That's the melody. All right. So this part, the only thing that I added was the melody, right? The additional sounds that you hear are coming from the sample pack. You can download them by clicking the link under the description. These additional sounds are the drum rolls. Just listen to them. All right, and then also the melody. This is the melody. I think this is what Vigro Deep uses on some of his songs. I'm not sure if it's him, but this is something that I've heard on some Amapiano songs before. And then the preset I used is the pan flute from Purity. All right, all together, this is how it would sound. But I'm just gonna show you guys how you can tweak your log drums to make them more interesting. Let me just show you the notes for now. And then after this, I'm gonna show you how you can tweak it. The first thing to do would be to add your log drum to the mixer, add a parametric EQ just to give it some punchiness to the low mids, and also to boost the low frequencies. If your bass line is too high and you want to make it low, just boost it by the low frequencies and remove the highs. It also depends on what you're trying to achieve. Then you add a maximus, add a punchy drums preset or a kick pump, just to give your log drum that kick effect, and also add a fruity fast distortion. Only add this if your log drum sounds too low. If it sounds too high, it's gonna distort your log drum too much. As you can see, I also reduce the volume because the distortion becomes a lot. So you have to be careful of that. Now I just want you to pay attention to the knobs as we play the song. So let me just press play. As you've heard, the way the log drum sounds varies as we play the song. This is because I made some automation to the knobs, but then it's gonna be very tedious for you to manually do the automation clips and draw the patterns using your mouse. So what I did was record the automation clips. So let me just expand this for you. As you can see, these are the automations. This is the automation that I recorded. So what you do is you go to record and then notes and automation. So I'm just gonna copy this and create a new pattern. Right, and then I'm gonna play this just to show you guys how you can record your automations. Right, this is a very fresh pattern 29, no automation on it. So I'm just gonna play it. Right, so what I'm gonna do is, my record button is on, so I'm just gonna play around with the knobs. As you can see, I've automated. You just have to experiment and see what works for you. If you're not satisfied, you'll then have to press undo and redo the automation. But if you're satisfied but you still want to add more automation, you can just press play again and then play around with the automation, just like that. And then that's how you can record automations here on FL Studio. This will make your log drums sound more interesting, especially for Amapiano production. You need your log drum to vary. It makes the song more and more interesting. But then for me, the knobs I would advise you to play around with, the knobs here under modulation 1 and modulation 2, these ones over here. These are the knobs I would say you should play with, see what works for you, just experiment with them. And if you need any of these presets or the sound, the sample pack used, just go click the link under the description. I hope you enjoyed the video. Otherwise, I'll catch you on my next one. Cheers.